Okay, so Nintendo Switch is going to have GameCube games on the online store. So this is going to be big for me because when I was growing up, I didn't have a GameCube. I missed out on all that stuff. I had a PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. I was playing with the Xbox. Like so all of these games and I know they're not going to have every GameCube game, but they're going to have like the major one. So this is a great way for me to easily get in the GameCube games where I missed it back in the day. So I'm so glad that they implemented this.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch.
And we got a GameCube controller.
GameCube,
We can easily get that
originally
though.
Released in 2001.
Now,
Here are the titles that will be available at launch. A Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon.
see, I've never played this Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Using a mysterious baton, Link set sail on
So
an
this is
adventure
like the
across
perfect
great
time for me to
sea.
get into it.
The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Transcending history and the world.
Soul Calibur. Now I know back in the day this game was huge.
In this 3D weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped with a different weapon. And Link from the Legend of Zelda series.
This game was huge back in the day. Because the way they did it with Soul Calibur 2, for GameCube, you had Link. For Xbox, I believe you had Spawn. For PlayStation, you had Heihachi from Tekken. So they catered to all systems, which was I thought was dope. They need to start doing that.
Enters the fray.
Start that back up again.
Soul Calibur 2.
And the game still look good. F-Zero. I haven't played F-Zero. I haven't played that. I knew who Captain Falcon was off of Smash Bros. I didn't know he had his own game. So yeah, this is dope.
Put it all on the line in death-defying races. Featuring the series' first machine customization and story mode, get ready to experience F-Zero GX. In games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online.
And the fact that you can still play these games online is
Enjoy
crazy.
these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking.
That's dope.
More titles will be added in the future.
Look at this. Look at all these games. Super Mario Sunshine, Fire Emblem, Pokemon XD, Super Mario Strikers. I don't know what this one is. I wanted this game so bad back in the day. I just never had a GameCube. All these
Nintendo
exclusives.
GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release. And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released. It can connect wirelessly and also has a C button to quickly access Game Chat.
That's
Nintendo
crazy.
GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch
So-
Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
That's wild. Okay, so we got an updated Nintendo GameCube controller. Wireless at that. And it's gonna be released available on the My Nintendo store same day as Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, so he just said that. Bet. Cool, so no, that's a dub too. That's a dub within itself. I grew up on PS2, Xbox. Like I was a Nintendo fan cuz I had the Game Boy. Like the Game Boy Advance growing up. And I had the Wii. And then I got the Switch. Then I got the Switch. I didn't have the Wii U. I did have a Nintendo 3DS, but I only had that for like a year. and then I traded it in. I don't know why I did that, but so I really wasn't big on Nintendo like that, but I was a fan and I did respect them. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be a dope way for people who have never even had a GameCube or play any type of GameCube games. When they finally get the Switch 2, they can play those games and get them at the on the online store. So that that was much needed, because in the Switch 1, when you go to the digital store, they got those old classic games you can always go back and play. But they didn't add in the GameCube game. So I think what they were doing was saving it for the Switch 2. So no, that's a dub. That's a dub for sure. So next part, we're gonna get into some games. Um, so there were two games that I was very interested in, and these are not gonna be day ones, but these are definitely gonna be games that I'm gonna get when I get the Switch eventually. Uh, One of them is gonna be Mario Kart World. Now we knew that a Mario Kart World or Mario Kart 9 was gonna be coming up soon. We've had Mario Kart 8 ever since, and we had the DLC from like a year or two. Can't believe it's been that long, but it's about time for a new Mario Kart. And they did not disappoint with this game at all. The content is there. We're gonna talk about the prices. We just gonna talk about the good stuff first. We're gonna knock out the good stuff first, and then we're gonna talk about the negatives. But as far as content, they got it. So let's watch this trailer. We're gonna break down some pieces.
Let's go!
And look at all these racers, bro. 24 racers. And these tracks look beautiful. And you can grind on rails and do like little wall rides. Oh, that's dope. Now, this little feature right here, I know it's not important, but I noticed it the first time I watched this trailer. In Mario Kart, they did not Mario Kart 8, they did not have this when you get the big mushroom and you turn into like giant. They only had this in the previous Mario games, but Mario Kart Wii had this. But going back to that the rail. I don't know what made them add this, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at this. You can grind on the rails to give you a boost, and you can do the wall rides to get you a boost. Which is that's crazy. And as you can see, they added characters at the wazoo. Like they added the cows from Moo Moo Meadows. They was like, yo, just add everybody in this game at this point. I don't care. So you know the character, the roster on this game is going to be crazy. You get 24 characters in a race. I'm not surprised they're gonna have damn near 50 plus characters. I won't be surprised. We might get DLC characters, so Who knows? The carts are gonna be super dope. This feature right here, you can go into different things and yeah, change costumes, and I guess the costumes give you some type of perk. So you saw Mario Kart turn into have a different costume, so that's dope. That's gonna be super dope.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
I like that map.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the
Oh,
atmosphere will change.
another thing, because they had to figure out a way to top Mario Kart 8. We got dynamic weather. I never would have thought to add that in. Like all the races from nighttime, daytime, snow, maybe rainy weather. Will the rain affect how you drive? Will the weather elements affect how you drive? Like that's gonna be super dope because it adds in realism.
And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world. In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I don't think I caught that. So during the Grand Prix, we get the regular. Okay, you do the 4 races, compete, get first place. Cool. But there's another feature. Hold on, let me go back.
Wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. So when you finish the race, you gotta drive to the next course to compete in that second race. And then when that's done, you gotta drive to the next course. That's dope. I'm not mad at that feature.
With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up. Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
That's wild.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Okay. And another thing with Mario Kart, I know we can get 2 items, but are we able to switch those items? So say if I got like a mushroom, say if I got like a shell, but I had the mushroom first. But what if I want to use that shell? Can I switch the items and use that shell instead? And then I can use the mushroom? I hope they do that. I really hope that they do that. But that's just a little thing. I don't know if anybody else was thinking of that.
Can you make it all the way to the finish line? You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam.
Okay, so I'm a little
By
bit
going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive.
okay, so I'm a little confused on why they did this free roam. So what's the purpose? Like, is this like a crash team racing type of thing where you do free roam and I don't know. This seems like a campaign type of thing. I wouldn't just be free roaming around the tracks like this.
Wherever
But
your heart takes you. You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different locations.
they're gonna have Mario Kart meetups. That's what they're gonna have. I like these costumes too.
A brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World! The game launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. More details about this title will be shared in an
April
upcoming
17th.
Mario Kart World Direct. So be on the lookout for more information in the future.
Okay, so they got another direct coming up. Bet. Okay, so we're not gonna get into that, but yeah, no, the content is there. This is by far going to be the best Mario Kart. I already know what the content that they've had, the stuff that you can do in the races, the racers, how many people you can have on the track. After you get done with a race, you got to drive to the next track and then compete and race again. The dynamic weather, like they've implemented a lot of different things, which is a dub. So the content is definitely there. But will this justify that damn price? We're gonna talk about it. So this video right here, I told you I was gonna go into detail with these games on some of them, not all of them, but some of them. We got a new Donkey Kong game. Now, I know I told y'all it was 2 games that is gonna make me get this Switch: Mario Kart World and this game right here. I love me some Donkey Kong, and we haven't had a Donkey Kong game, like officially a new game, since the Wii U, and that was like what, Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze, and they then ported that to the Switch. It was like a definitive edition or something like that. So the game was really fun, but now we got a 3D Donkey Kong game. So it's kind of like Odyssey, kind of like the Kirby 3D world, but it's Donkey Kong now. So I was genuinely surprised when they pulled this out the bag. So let's get into this. I thought this was like Mario Galaxy 3, to be honest. Now, question. Are y'all messing with this new design? I'm so used to the old, we all are so used to the old Donkey Kong and what he looks like. They changed it up in the Super Mario movie, but they definitely changed it up in the game. Me personally, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Now, I would prefer the older one, older looking Donkey Kong, but I'm not mad at this look. This game looks good. And I love how you can just pick stuff up and destroy stuff. The freaking wrecking ball. Now, I do use Donkey Kong in Smash too, just so y'all know. I ain't the best, but I'm alright. I rock with it. I'll rock with it. $7.17. So this comes out in July. That's crazy. Now, are we gonna get Diddy Kong? I'm sure we're gonna have multiple new additional characters. But no, from what I saw, I'm rocking with it. I love it. That's gonna be a game that I'm definitely gonna be getting on Switch 2 eventually when I get it. Like I said, it's not gonna be a day 2. It's not gonna be a day 1. Not going to be a day 1. But it is going to be one of the games I will be getting. So I'm on Twitter, and this page or this profile that I follow, B/R Gaming. So they give me all the good news stuff or like current events on what's going on. Oh, and before I get to that, we got a new game called The Dusk Bloods. And this is a From Software exclusive Switch game. From Software, y'all have been cooking. And now that we have a Bloodborne for the PlayStation 2, we got Elden Ring. We can play that on all systems, but and then we got an exclusive From Software game. Now this is giving me Bloodborne type vibes. I know people wanted a Bloodborne 2, but here y'all go. I'm sorry if y'all wanted a 2, but y'all gonna have to get a Switch to play this. So this will have to be y'all's fix. But from what I've seen, this game looks super dope too. Like I said, this is giving me elements of the Victorian era type of like Bloodborne, but you're like vampires. I don't know the whole story. I just saw the trailer, a little bit of it, but no. From Software, y'all have been cooking, and it said release is currently planned for 2026. We hope you look forward to it. So bet. So let me actually hold up. Let me look at AAA games Switch 2. All right, so we're getting Cyberpunk 2077. We're getting Hogwarts Legacy. We're getting Split Fiction, Street Fighter 6, Hitman, World of Assassination, Yakuza 0, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, Metroid Prime 4, Elden Ring, Borderlands 4, Hades 2, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Like, some of these games, I honestly... Oh, and they're coming out with a new Project 007 game, James Bond game. Now, I was honestly a little nervous because they're talking about AAA games like Final Fantasy 7, Cyberpunk, Elden Ring. I didn't know what this console could do. I didn't know how much power this could dish out. But from what we saw, from the features that we got, they got it. Like I said, this is the power of the PS4 Pro at this point. So yeah, you can definitely play games like that. Damn, Cyberpunk 2077 on a Switch sounds crazy. I don't know. I don't know. But hey, if people are all they have is the Switch, this gives them a gateway into other games like Final Fantasy VII. So if you never played that and you got a Switch, easy access. Uh,